Hello everyone, welcome back to the RetroBreak Podcast. This is episode 63 and I've done a whole bunch of fun stuff since the last one of these episodes. I've been to 3 different conventions and I've played a ton of really cool games, both indie, retro, homebrew and modern games as well, so there's loads to get into. Let's start off with some of the events that I've attended. So the first of the events that I went to since the last episode was one called RetroCon, which was up in Manchester. It was an indie expo that was set inside a hotel, and it was a really great show. I had a lot of fun there. I took my 3DS and got a whole bunch of Street Pass too. But one of my favourite things that I found at that event was something called the Vocajam's Road Trip, which is a Vocaloid album that I'd actually been thinking about buying online, but VocaFest UK were actually there in person, so I bought the album along with an art book and a producer's book as well. And one of the producers that were in that book, who made one of the songs, in fact the first song on the CD, called Vault Kid, was actually at Gamescom as well, which was the second event that I attended. So RetroCon was great, had a great time, loved getting all the Vocaloid things from there. I was playing more Hotel Dusk in the hotel room there too, so that was always fun. I'm almost at the end of that game now, and I've been talking about it for quite a while on this podcast, so hopefully I'll finish it at whatever hotel I'm at next. Next one's going to be MCM in October in London, so I'll take my 3DS with me there as well. So anyway, RetroCon came and went, and then a few weeks later we were off to Germany for Gamescom, which is the biggest gaming convention in Europe. It's actually insane. There's like 11 different halls full of all kinds of games, retro, modern, indie games, the whole works. So we had a great time there as well. It is incredibly busy and the queues are just insane to play anything remotely popular. But we did play a bunch of games. I got to play Kronos, which was probably the most well-known of the main games that I played at the show. I did actually do a video on my main channel if you want to go and check that out as well. I did a full vlog. It was fun to put that on the main channel as well. At first I was considering putting it on the second channel because I wasn't really sure whether it would do that well or not, and it hasn't done that well, but the people that did watch it really enjoyed it and they said it was great to just watch something uplifting on YouTube for a change. So I'm glad that I could make some uplifting content and just share what the event was like. It was also great taking my camera there and doing a tour of the show as well, and you know, playing around with all the different settings and getting to use it outside of its just tripod on the desk in my room. So that was really fun. And the third expo that I went to recently was actually one that I was at just yesterday, and that was VExpo or Vexpo or VTuber Expo to give it its full title. That one was on in Birmingham, and I don't know a whole lot about VTubers, but I had a ticket anyway, so I decided to go. My fiance couldn't make it because she wasn't feeling well, so she gave her ticket to a friend. So we went there together, and then she phoned me up and actually walked around the show as her VTuber on my phone. So she still got to interact with everyone, and I bought a bunch of random VTuber related goodies for her. But for me, the most exciting thing about that show was going to one booth in particular, and that was a booth for a company called Studio Elan, and they are a maker of Yuri visual novels, and I actually bought one of their visual novels at the show, and it's literally all I've been playing since I came back yesterday, and all I've done for most of today, apart from a little bit of Peak that I played with some friends just before starting this podcast. But yeah, absolutely incredible visual novel. The title is A Tithe in Blood, and I definitely recommend it if you enjoy kind of supernatural storylines, but also kind of grounded at the same time. It's so interesting, and I was really enjoying playing it yesterday. I got so engrossed in it. I even stayed up late to play it, which is something I haven't done for a long time, especially with a visual novel. So it was great to, you know, experience a really cool story, and the artwork's just incredible. I got to meet the artist at the show, and they actually did a commission for Sarah as well, for a VTuber called Zanya, so that was really cool to get to speak to them, to get to check out some of their games. And they also made a game called Highway Blossoms, which has been on my list to play for a long time as well. So that was really cool. The show itself was great too. I enjoyed going to the VTubers concert, and I got to watch I can't remember their name now, Starlight Daryl, I think it is, and they actually make background music for VTubers. She made a bunch of music for Iron Mouse recently, so it was really cool to go to the panel where we actually got to watch her make a background song for a random VTuber that the crowd kind of came up with on the spot. So that was really cool, and I always want to try and get back into making music, but it just takes up so much time, and I'd rather dedicate that time to YouTube instead. And YouTube's doing really well at the minute as well, so I just made made a new homebrew episode, which came out on Friday, and that's done incredibly well, as I expected. I mean, it doesn't mean that I'm going to go back to be just doing homebrew videos. I still do want a variety of content, but it's cool that, you know, I can be gone from that genre for so long and I can come back, and everyone was so excited that a new homebrew episode was out. So thank you everyone who tuned in. And I'm also one of the hosts for the Game Boy Game Jam competition that just finished, so I'm going through now and just noting down all of the entries, making sure that they were all submitted properly, and then we've got a few months to go through and actually rate all of them and give our final results. And there are cash prizes as well, which is always exciting, so someone's going to get a publishing deal and some cash to go along with it. So really excited to check out everything that's came out of the Game Jam. There seems to be some really great entries from what I've seen so far, so definitely expect a video on some of the highlights from the competition and what made them so good as well when that's done, probably later next month or maybe the start of November. So that's something that you can all look forward to. In terms of games that I've been playing, obviously Hotel Dusk every time I've been in hotels. I love the fact that I'm playing the entire game through in hotels. I've also been playing the homebrew port of Super Mario 64 to the 3DS, which is so impressive. That game runs at 60 frames a second and the 3D is just really cool. It honestly makes me wish that Nintendo had done it officially, but, you know, fans will do what Nintendo doesn't, so I'm just glad that someone actually did that. In terms of other games, I've also been playing the new Donkey Kong game on the Switch. Slowly, I'm only like a few levels in, but I'm really enjoying what I've played so far. As I said just now, I've been playing this new visual novel that I picked up called A Tithe in Blood. Really enjoying that. Definitely check it out if you're into your visual novels and you like Yuri. Yuri's not really the main focus, but it's really good. Like, it's not focused exclusively on the romance. It's a lot more about the magic and kind of time travel. I won't want to spoil anything, but yeah, that's kind of what to expect with it. I've also been playing a little bit of Project Diva and Sekai as well. I went to see the Project Sekai movie and that kind of got me back into playing the game again, so been really enjoying more Vocaloid stuff recently. And a game that I picked up the other day but I haven't played just yet, which I might do on stream actually, that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 for the Switch 2. So potentially I'll be streaming that tomorrow on Tuesday the 9th of September, if you're listening to this on time. So yeah, look forward to seeing me play a little bit of Tony Hawk's. I used to love playing it back on the GameCube, so it'll be interesting to see whether my muscle memory is still there like 20 something years later. And for some projects that I'm working on, I'm still working on getting through the rest of the Game Boy Everything You Need to Know series, so I've been hard at work writing the script for the Game Boy history video. That one is an absolute mammoth to tackle, and it's taken me forever to get through it, but the end result will be worth it, so really excited to get that one out at some point. Maybe by the end of the month, maybe it'll be out in October, who knows, but I want to make sure that all the facts are correct, and I want to try and find a cool way of presenting them on the screen as well, rather than just like a slideshow or just me talking over gameplay, so that'll be really fun. And I've been thinking about changing up my content strategy a bit, but I'll probably leave that for a future episode. So let's end this one here. I just wanted to make a new podcast episode while I had the time, and it had been a while since the last one. So hope you're all doing well. Hope you're still enjoying this podcast. Look forward to another one very soon, and check out my main RetroBreak channel for videos on my Gamescom experience and some of the best Game Boy homebrew games that have been released so far in 2025. I had a lot of fun making that one, and I've been trying to up my editing game as well, so let me know if you noticed a difference in quality too. That's always cool. So that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and I will be back very soon for another podcast episode. Goodbye.